Almost 10 o'clock on this Friday morning, April 1st. I can't even believe it's April 1st. Holy mackerel. But if anybody's out there, just pop on and say hi so that I know that I'm not just talking to the screen. An hour ago, we said, where is the sun? And all of a sudden, the sun is coming out and the clouds are parting and the sky is nice and blue. So hopefully it's going to be a lovely day today. And we just think of all those people who have been affected by the tornadoes. So many things to think about, so many people to think about. But anyway, I'm all organized. I have lots of things to show you today and lots of things to tell you about. So as soon as it clicks 10 o'clock, we will officially start. And let's see. And I do have my pick-me-up tool. It is 10 o'clock. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning to my fabulous peeps on a Friday morning, April 1st. Well, we're going to get started. I have lots of things to show you today. So let me show you what we're going to do first. Let me bring this over. Okay, so these are the cards that I'm going to make today for you. I'm going to show you how to make them. Wicked easy, wicked, wicked easy. This first card here is one using the Welcoming Window bundle. Here is the Welcoming Window stamp set, which is a great stamp set. Let me pull this down a little bit and over so you can see it. And it's got the dies that go with it, really cute dies. Let me show you some of these dies. All of these dies that go with it. I'm going to show you. Now, these are retiring, so I'm showing you that because it is retiring, and once they're gone, they're gone. So if this is something you're interested in, you need to order it ASAP. So this is the card. And now this card was one that I absolutely copied from Mary Fish. Mary Fish is a very talented demonstrator, and she shares a lot. So this is her design. I think it was really cute. So this, I'm going to show you how to do this one, and then I'm going to show you how to do this one. And this is an oldie but a goodie. This template is wicked, wicked easy, easy. It looks like designer paper, and it is designer paper. I just created my own designer paper. So there you go. So that's what that looks like. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to say, good morning, Barbara McDuffie. Thank you for popping on. Yay, good morning. Okay, so let's start with this one. I think we're going to start with this one. So let me just put this one aside, and then I'm going to put this one aside. And I'm going to bring in, whoops, that tipped right over. Good news from Florida, Barbara McDuffie, about little Addie. So this is all good. This is all good. The little grand girl, your great-great-granddaughter is doing well, apparently, as of last night. So that's wonderful news. Anyway, okay, so this is Misty Moonlight cardstock. This is the base. So I'm going to take this. I've already cut it, you know, 8.5 by 5 and 4 1/4, and I've scored it, and I'm just going to use my trusty bone folder so we get a nice crisp fold like this, just like that. And then the next thing I did was I took a piece, whoops, wait a minute, this isn't the one. Sorry, wrong setup. Here we go. This is the one I want. This is basic white. Again, same situation here. Here is my base for my cardstock. There we go, like that. And I'm going to fold and burnish it just like that. Now, the next thing I did was calling me trans this afternoon. Oh, that's great news. Oh, that's fantastic. Good. Okay, so here's my envelope. Let me move that aside. Then the next thing I did was I took the brick and mortar embossing folder and ran this piece of cardstock through. This is 5 1/4 by 4. I ran it through so that you got that brick effect. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, you know, here I am saying I've got everything ready. And where is my little silicone pad? For heaven's sakes. You know, my ghost, hold on, it must be at this table over here. Here it is, yep. You know, my ghost pulls funny tricks all the time. Not fair, not fun. Okay. Good morning, Nancy, and happy April Fool's Day. Yes, it is April Fool's Day. But we are here together, and we're stamping in spite of it. All right, so let me just add a little bit of adhesive to this. And I'm going to put this onto the base, just like this. So we have Massachusetts and California represented this morning. Anybody else out there, pop on and say hello. There we go. All right, so that's on like that. Very nice. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper. Now, what I've already done is I've already gone ahead and cut out my pieces. So here's my window section, my window pane that I cut out. And then you need to have another piece of cardstock that's going to go behind it, because this is the one that's going to actually show the outside of the house. So this is looking outside and looking through another window, so you can see the beautiful blue sky and the sun. So let me bring in my Daffodil Delight ink and a dauber, and I'm just going to daub a little bit lightly. I'm going to start here, lightly, 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 and just kind of run that into a circular little motion like that, just like that, just to give it a little bit of sunniness, sun rays, sunshine. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Balmy Blue with the dauber, and I'm going to create some blueness in the sky. Just a little bit, not a lot. I don't want it to overpower it. I could have used my brushes. But I didn't, because I just used this. This works well. I like my little daubers too. Okay, that's good. I think that's good. Maybe a little bit down here, just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can see it's got a little bit of clouds, a little tiny bit of clouds, and a little bit of sun. All right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snail, and I'm going to put some snail on this. Now, this is where your silicone pad comes. Good morning, Deb. Thank you for popping on from Blackstone. Thank you very much. Glad to see you up this morning with us. I hope you're going to have a great day today. I'm sending lots of good karma your way, girlfriend. I want you to have an excellent day. All right, so here, now, see, I've got a little bit of the adhesive that's popped through because of the panes here. So I'm just going to take my bone folder, or you could use your pick-me-up tool, whatever you want, and just take it and make sure that that stays where it needs to be. Here's a big piece right here. I'm going to take that off with my with my adhesive remover in a second. But let me put this on. So I'm going to put this on like this, and I might have to trim it out a little bit because it might be a little bit wider than I want. And it is a tiny little bit here. So let me just take my little snipperinis, and I'm just going to take this, snip that out, and snip this out. Now I am going to take my adhesive remover. This is a great tool. We don't have this anymore, but you can get them. I think you can get these at Joann's or something. But see how that it's just picking up those little pieces of adhesive. This is a fantastic tool. This is just another one that you can't live without. I mean, I can't live without it. Most of the time it goes on the silicone pad, but when you have a cutout like this and it's got a lot of little sections, you do get adhesive where you don't want it. So that's the beauty of this. Okay, so that's done. So now what I'm going to do, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to put adhesive on the back, and I'm going to place this window on the front part of my card. And I think I'm going to put it like about right here. There, that looks good to me. I'm just eyeballing it. You don't have to be fussy. And actually this one I'm putting down just a little bit lower because on this card I'm not going to put a message on the outside because I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for. I might be using this for a birthday card, but I don't know. We'll see. But on my sample I used it as a Mother's Day card. All right, so then what I did was I took Misty Moonlight cardstock and I took this panel here, this framelit. Good morning, Gail Case. Thank you so much, and happy April Fool's Day to you too. Thank you so much for popping on. Okay, so I took this one, this die, ran it through, and if you can see really closely, you can see the shutter effect on it. It's got some nice embossed images there, which makes it look like shutters, which I absolutely love. I think it's really very cute. So then I'm going to take dimensionals because I want the shutters to pop up. So I'm probably going to put maybe 3 on. Or maybe, I'll probably put 3. And then I'm going to adhere them to the sides of the window. Talk about easy. And peel this off just like this. And then this one is the one that goes on the right. And I'm going to butt it right up against the top part of that window frame, just like that. See how easy that goes on, just like that. And then I'm going to do this one. This is an easy card. And this is a great stamp set, and it's a great set of frame dies to use too. I love it. Okay, so that's going to go on just like that. Whoops, there we go. And then I'm going to take my window box. Now the window box, I'm actually going to use a strip of my dimensional. Thank you, Barbara. I got all my oh, great. Great, 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 Deb. That's fantastic, fantastic news. Wonderful. I'll private message you later on this morning. Oh, that makes me very happy. That's wonderful. Perfect. Deb's been going through some issues and she finally got some resolution, it looks like. So that's fantastic. So send a little good karma to my friend Deb Kaiser in Blackstone, please, everybody. There you go. Okay, little bit of dimensionals on the bottom, and I use the edges because we know we never, ever waste things. So now the window box is going to go on just like this. Window box goes on like this. Now I'm going to do my flowers. Now I already went ahead and stamped them. I stamped them in Old Olive, then used polished pink for the little flowers. And then I'm going to take another little dimensional and pop this on like this. And here we go. Put this on just like this. Let's bring it up just a little bit. Maybe, let me see where I put that. Yeah. We'll put it on just like that. And then, of course, I have to have a little bit of Wink of Stella because I want to make these flowers look a little bright. So I'm just going to brighten this up a little bit. One like that, one like that, one like that. There we go. And now my card is done. Like I said, this is the original one that I did with my Happy Mother's Day, and I think that looks great. But I think I'm going to leave this one blank because I'm not sure. Like I said, I think I might be using this as a birthday. And I might have to pop this up a little bit more. Maybe I'm going to put another dimensional under there. As a matter of fact, let me just try that right now. This is a little tricky. I'm going to take this off. Good morning, Kath. Good morning. Good. How are you? My friend Kathy is here. Let me see. Look at that. See, there were no mistakes in Stampin' Up. Look at that, how easy that worked. Easy peasy. Now I have to do the envelope. And so what I'm going to do for this envelope is I'm going to take the stamp, the flower stamp, and I'm just going to stamp it with Old Olive. Let's see, Old Olive right down here like this. Oops, wait a minute. I need my... because this is a photopolymer, you know how I like to use my Pierce pad. I'm going to do that. There is that. And I'm going to do it on the inside of the card, too, on the lower right-hand side of the card. Here we go. And then I'm going to cover this one up because this is a mess. You know how I am. Very messy stamp up. I have baby wipes here, so that's good. All right, so then I'm going to take the floral section, and I'm just going to pop this on like this. That one. And on the envelope, I'm going to, whoops, let me show you. It would be nice if you could see what I'm doing, right? There we go. So there it is. There it is, my friend. Here's the envelope, here's the card, and there's this card. Easy peasy. Again, Welcoming Window Bundle is retiring, so if you're interested, this is retiring, so let me know. Okay, so there's that one. Now, let me move this out of the way, and let me get back and show you this one. Okay, so now this one happens to be one of my favorite techniques to use. This is so wicked easy. Now, let me show you. If you want to have a pencil and paper handy, I'm going to give you the dimensions of this because and this is so easy. You can do this right now at home. It's very cute. It's very fast. So what you're going to need is, and I'm going to do it in a different color. I'm going to do the base of this card is going to be Misty Moonlight. I'm using a different stamp set. I'm using the Forever Fern stamp set. And I'm going to show you. We're going to make another card just exactly with using this template. This one was used with the Positive Thoughts, and Positive Thoughts is a stamp set that is retiring. This is one of my all-time favorites. I love this stamp set. I love the images. I love the words in this, and that's what I use to do this card right here. So, I love that saying, friends like you mean more every year. So, but I decided to switch it up and show you how easy this was. So here is Whisper White, basic white cardstock. And the 3 dimensions for this are this small one. I've got my little cheat sheet right here. This small piece is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then the backing for that will be a piece of Misty Moonlight or whatever color you want, which is going to be 3 by 2. Then the next piece is 4 by 2 1/2, 4 by 2 1/2, and that piece goes on a 4 1/4 by 3. Okay, like that. And then this piece is the 4 by 5 1/4. So what you do is you take all 3 of these white pieces, and with a tiny little, and I mean tiny, just a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of adhesive. See, just a little bit of adhesive. See that little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a little bit of adhesive there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, center it right on this piece. And then I'm going to put another piece right here, and I'm going to center it on this one, just like that. Okay, now that one moved a little bit. Let me fix this. Okay, there we go. Now, this is where the fun comes in. All right, I am going to take, for colors, I'm going to use Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to use Old Olive, and I'm going to start with this big image, this leaf image. And I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to stamp it once like that. I'm going to come and do it again. And see, I'm not exactly getting it the same all the way around. I want it to be different. And I think I'll just do one more like that. How easy is that? Okay, now I'm going to take that away for a second, and I'm going to bring this one in. This is the Mossy Meadow, and this is the smaller image. So there is that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. It moved just a tiny little bit. That's okay. Let me move it up. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to ink this up here. It looks like I might have to get more ink. And it's a subtle contrast. I like the subtle contrast. I think it looks great. All right. And there's that. Now I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to take Misty Moonlight. Now this reminds me of blueberries. And I love blueberries. Why isn't this opening? There we go. I love blueberries, so let's just take this and see how this is going to look. Oh, what do you think? Isn't that pretty? Now, see, I don't like to have things floating. See how that stem is floating? So I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to ink that up like that. Now, see, this looks like your own designer paper. Magic. Isn't that magic and fun? There we go. And one more over here, maybe. There. Perfect. Now what you're going to do is going to take your, here it is. I want my silicone pad. And now I'm going to bring in my pieces of Misty Moonlight cardstock. And I'm going to very gently take this layer off, turn it over, add some adhesive to it. And I'm going to put it on like this. Look at how pretty that's looking. Okay, equidistant all around. Now, I'm going to set it aside because remember how I stamped it. I want to make sure that the image carries through so that it's exactly the way it is. See how these berries are right here on the side? I don't know if you can see this. Let me just make sure. But you're getting what I'm saying. If I take it away and turned it upside down, it wouldn't match. So I want it to match, sort of. So I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to take this layer off and very carefully turn it this way. Add my adhesive here. Again, take my piece of Misty Moonlight and back it just like this. like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this piece back in and layer it on top of this piece, like this. Just like this. Wait a minute, make sure I've got it right here. I do. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now what I'm going to do is flip this over like this, and I'm going to add this to the base layer of the card, the base white layer, basic white layer, like this, right like this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Blueberries, blueberries, blueberries. And now I'm going to bring in my base layer, which is the Misty Moonlight, which I initially folded. Add some adhesive to this. There we go. And I'm going to put this on like this. Look at that. How pretty is that? But wait, we're not done yet. So I'm going to take the message, one of the messages that came in this stamp set is, this says, to a friend that makes me smile. I have lots of friends that make me smile. So I'm going to take some of my Memento ink, ink this up, and I'm going to stamp it like that. And then I'm going to put the cover back on because you know how I am. And I'm just going to bring in my little cutter here and trim this out like this. You have to be careful because this thing is a guillotine. Ouchie, ouchie if you get your fingers caught in this. So you have to be really careful. But you're all veteran stampers, so if you have your own little personal trimmer like this, I know that you're very careful. And that looks good to me there. And then what I'm going to do is add some adhesive to the back of this, and I'm going to put this on this piece this way. This is just a scrap of Misty Moonlight, but I'm going to put that on like that, and then I'm bringing my trimmer back in. I'm going to trim out this edge just a little tiny bit. I just want a little edge of the Misty Moonlight showing. Perfect. And I'm going to trim it out here. You have to be careful because this is a guillotine. As you can hear, it really does a nice crisp cut. All right, there's that. Let me get my scraps out of the way. Now for this, I'm going to add this on with dimensionals. And of course, I'm going to have to jazz it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on just some of the berries, but then I think I'm going to use a little bumblebee and add a little bumblebee to this because the bumblebees need to pollinate the blueberries bushes. So let's do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it, let's see, do I want to put it? Yeah, I think I'm going to put it right in the dead center, just like that. Like that. And then I'm going to take a bumblebee, one of these little bumblebee trinkets. These are retiring too, so if you're interested in these, you got to hurry up and get these because they'll go fast. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bumblebee right here with some Tombow, just like that, and put my cover back on. There we go. And I'm going to put my little bee just like that. Oh God, how stinking cute is that? And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm going to just add some color to some of these berries like this. Look at that. Not all of them, but some. I love it. Look at how pretty that is. Wink of Stella just adds just a little bit of extra pizzazz here. You know what I should have done? I should have taken this stamp. I'm going to see if I can do this. There is still some of the Misty Moonlight ink on this. I'm going to huff on this, and I'm going to just gently see if I can just stamp on top here. Let's see what happens. Oh my God, talk about genius. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, see that? Now, normally, but because you're veteran stampers, you can understand that this worked because I was very, very gentle when I put the stamp right on this, even though it was up on dimensionals. I was very, very careful. But normally I would do it before I put it on the card, but look at that. Now, what do you think? Look at how easy that is. Look at how pretty these cards are. So again, look at, you can make your own design of paper by using a favorite stamp set. And I would recommend one that's got, that's a solid stamp set because you don't want to end up having to color things. Like this one, the Forever Fern. These are all solid images. So that's why that worked. Or the, the other one that I use, the Positive Thoughts. Again, solid images. This works. So you got these beautiful designs. So what do you think? What do you think? So, my friends, these are the cards that we're going to do this week, this coming Monday and Tuesday. Monday anytime at 4 o'clock, Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. If you're interested in coming, if you want porch pickups, you can. Oh, I forgot to do the inside of this card. And I will do, what I will do is I will put berries and greenery on the outside of the envelope and then on the inside layer. But you get the idea. You know how that works. So, all right. So, I got a few things to tell you before we say goodbye for the day. Well, first of all, let me go back over those measurements. So, if you're interested in that, the base, the smallest piece of basic white is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. The next layer is 4 by 2 1/2, and the next is 4 by 5 1/4. And then your colored cardstock would be 1/4 of an inch larger on each layer. So there you've got that. All right, so now I am, for those of you who don't know, I am having a knee replacement surgery on Monday, April 25th. So starting next week, next Friday morning, I'm going to be showing you one card. I'm going to offer one card for every week. Now, I will still be having classes right up to the day of my surgery. However, after that, I will just be offering porch pickups until I'm able to be lucid because you know how I am with drugs. I'm not very good with drugs. So you want somebody who can explain things. So hopefully that won't be long after the surgery. So that's what I'm going to do. But I will still offer, I'm in the process of making up prep setups now, and so I will be showing you cards every single week. Okay, that's that. Don't forget the retiring list is still out. Things are going hot, especially the in colors. If you're interested in any of the retiring in colors, all of those products are going. Mother's Day class, I'll have information about that up tomorrow, and also the new catalog. Here is our new catalog. It's out. It's out for demonstrators. I can't show you the inside, but there's the outside. And I've already did my pre-order this morning. I've got some really new, wonderful things coming. We'll be making lots of fun projects with new products. Okay, my friends, so that is it for today. I think that is it. The Mother's Day class, I will post, like I said, information about that will be in tomorrow. I'll send out an extra email about that. And also, I've had people ask me about the Mother's Day pocket, the pocket that holds all of the cards. I will probably do a live video tomorrow at some time because there are some people who are long distance and cannot come. So I will show you how to do that with all the measurements that you need. I will show you how to do that tomorrow, okay? All right, my friends, I hope you have a lovely weekend. It's so nice that you were able to join me this morning. Good news that baby Adeline is doing well. Good news about Deb Kaiser. That's fantastic. I'm happy for everybody. I wish you all well. Have a great week. Have a great weekend.